What is up, people? I'm Mitch Lunsford, and this is Mitch Lunsford Music, the place where fun and awesomeness meets. Today, we're talking about my 7 tips and tricks on improving your stage presence. Before we get started, let's hit that intro. Number 1, quit the silence. Eliminate that silence. What I mean by that is, have you ever been to a show, or maybe you've played a show and you finished the first song, the song went awesome, everybody gave you that round of applause, and then there's that crickets, awkward silence in between songs. Whatever, maybe the bass player has to tune his bass, or maybe you're moving stuff around on stage and there's that awkward silence. That I don't know what to do with my hands type of feeling. You have to eliminate that. That is a deadly thing for a show. So the second that you finish something, immediately engage with the audience, whether it's a talking point, or maybe if one of your band members have to tune, which tuning on stage is a horrible thing. Everybody hates it. It's horrible. Don't do it. But if something happens where you guys are switching over some type of things, have the rest of your band, or maybe you or whatever, play a musical interlude. Fill that gap. Fill that silence. Eliminate all of the silence under any circumstance. So that's my number 1 tip. Get rid of the silence. Number 2, practice talking. I know that it sounds silly, but don't just practice it. Make sure that you have it planned out. Like, make it just as much as a part of practicing and rehearsals as the music. It's important because some people, they're natural speakers. They have the gift of gab, and they can engage with an audience, and it just comes natural to them. But for the rest of us, it doesn't always come that natural, and so it takes practice. It takes practice, just like learning how to play guitar or drums or singing or learning a new song. Practice makes perfect. And so the thing is plan what you're going to talk about. It shouldn't go on for long periods of time. Just short little things. People most of the time, people come here for the show. They come here to listen to the music, and so I suggest, if you're not funny, don't try to be funny. That's not what they're there for. They're not there for a comedy show. But it's still okay to engage. Tell them about an upcoming show or an upcoming event or a new album that you released of some sort. But just stick to your talking points and practice it. That's a big one. I've been to a lot of shows where people start talking and it gets that awkwardness, so practice the talking points. Number 3, practice the entire show. Not just the singing, not just the playing, not just one song, not just 2 songs, but the entire show. And in that, practice the talking. Where you're going to put the talking points, how you're going to say things, when you're going to do different things. Maybe you're going to say something and that cues the band, or that cues the drummer for an opening drum solo for the next song. Practice it, and don't just practice it to make it perfect. Practice it so much that you cannot make a mistake, where it's impossible to make a mistake. That's how much you need to practice it. So practice the entire show. Number 4, memorize your music. It's a big pet peeve for me whenever I go to a show and I see somebody rocking it up on stage, but they're just rocking it to a music stand. They're singing to that music stand because the whole time they're staring down like this. The big part about whenever you play a show is you're not only just there to play good music, but you're also there to put on a big show and to bring the audience into your world, into the music. And whenever you have that music stand right there, it puts a barrier up between you and your audience. And the thing is it really limits you. It limits what you can and can't do while you're up there on stage if you're relying on that music stand. So get rid of it. Memorize that music. And if you struggle memorizing music, memorizing words and lyrics, or the music in general, I'm putting together a video that of some tips and tricks on how I memorize music, and maybe it will help you. But yeah, memorize that music. Throw out that music stand. If you're enjoying this video and you're getting something out of it, which I hope that you are, please consider subscribing and smashing that like button. If you're into that kind of thing, by smashing that like button and subscribing, it helps me make better and newer content for you guys to enjoy and to learn from. But let's get back to that video. Number 5, eye contact. Eye contact. Like, look at your audience. Whenever I say that, I don't always look directly into and give that stalker stare to my audience members, but whenever I'm playing a show, maybe I'll look at the middle of their forehead or right over the top of their head. I'm panning the room, so it makes it look like I'm singing to them, and I'm bringing them into my world, and I'm bringing them into the song, into the music. So yeah, don't do that singing to your microphone where it really takes away from the show. And the thing is as musicians, we get hired to entertain and perform, and we're doing this for this audience and for the places that we play. So entertain. And it's very hard to entertain whenever you're tucked inside and singing to your microphone. Or I've even seen people, if I did this whole entire video like this, if I did the video like this, you guys wouldn't watch. It's important. So maintain that eye contact. Eye contact is key. It really does. It can improve the quality of your performance, and it can improve how people perceive you as an artist. So eye contact, very important. Number 6, move that ass. I mean, seriously, move. I've been to shows where the whole entire time, and most of the time, like, you can absolutely tell whenever the difference between amateur and professional, or amateur in. You can tell the difference in experience. I've been to shows where they're stiff as a board. They just stand there. They're only looking this way, right over the top of your heads. They're singing and they're stiff. There's no moving at all. They're not getting to that music whatsoever. They might give one of these a little bit every once in a while. But you gotta move. It's what it brings interest. We're artists, and part of being artists is it's more than just the music. It's more than just sounding pretty. It's about looking good too. Like I keep saying, we're there to entertain. So move, and whenever you move, know where you're going. If you're going to be singing and you have the microphone in hand and you want to work this part of the room, and you step over here, go there and stop, and then work that part of the room. And then you want to come back to the center, and then go there and stop and work the center. Then over to the other side of the room, go there and stop. Know where you're going. Have a plan. And the thing is sometimes this is awkward. A lot of this is awkward, but the more you practice it, the more comfortable you become, and the better performance you're going to give, and the better show you're going to have overall. So yeah, move. Number 7, capitalize on the moments. So do you know how they say you only get one first impression? A lot of these people that whenever you go and play a show, unless you are someone super big that's been all over the radio and all over the charts, a lot of times there's people here that they've never met you. This is your first impression, and so capitalize on that. And you have to plan for it too. Plan that awesome moment. Sometimes moments just happen. It's one of those things, but it's kind of goes back to I always hear people that say that they're waiting for opportunities, whenever in reality they need to make opportunities. This is the same thing. Don't just wait for the moments to happen. Make those moments happen. Do something that can really bring their attention, that something that grabs them and be like, wow, who is this? So I'll give you an example. I quit playing music for like 5 years. I was married and had kids, and I thought that it was no longer an important thing. I thought that responsible dads shouldn't do that, which was ridiculous. But I had a buddy. He talked me into playing this open mic, and I didn't know it was an open mic until we got there, but we got there and he talked to his buddy and he let me use his guitar. Well, I hadn't played in forever, and the song that I chose to play, you're gonna laugh, was my version of Britney Spears' Hit Me One More Time. Well, I go up there. These people had no clue who I was. I'm just this nerdy guy, and a lot of them, like, I'm sure they were just looking at me. But I got up there, and I was nervous because I hadn't played forever. And I started on Hit Me Baby One More Time. And whenever I did, everybody in the whole pub turned around, and their eyes were glued on me. And you could see, like, these people, they were like, that song's familiar. That song, where did I hear that song? Because I completely did it different. But they were all looking at me, and as soon as they realized that, they got this big smile on their face. And out of the 40 people that were in that bar, every single one of them, they started screaming the words and singing along to it, to my version. And as soon as I finished, which it was real short. As soon as I finished, they just exploded. They really enjoyed it, and they remembered me. And I know I made an impression. And that night, I actually, there's the group that I associate myself with, the Rebels Fair Collective. That was the night that I met all those people, and they remembered me, and I made some really awesome connections. So it just goes to show, you make those moments happen, and it will have a lasting effect. And even though it was unintentional, I don't know why I played Britney Spears' Hit Me One More Time, but that was a moment that happened. So number 7, capitalize on those moments. Who knows, it can make a really big difference. And that could be the difference between what gets you more gigs or what really grows your fan base, and it makes some really awesome memories. So there you guys have it. That's my 7 tips and tricks on how to improve your stage presence. I hope you guys got something positive out of that. And if there's anything that you feel like maybe I left out or you would like to add to the list, please feel free to leave that in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. By liking and subscribing, it helps me improve and make better content for you guys to enjoy. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Well, until next time, I'm Mitch Lunsford. This is Mitch Lunsford Music. Stay awesome, people.